All right. This is Matt Santos of the Mile High Show. I have been kind of busy over the last few weeks, so we have not been able to launch any new episodes after Jim Sobo took over a couple of weeks back for the Howling Coyote Showcase. As many of you know, as I'm sure you are all sitting around following the internet, looking on Facebook for your news, which is always a bad idea. We are in the midst of a national, actually a worldwide pandemic, the coronavirus outbreak that is that's affecting just about everything now. Depending on whether or not you live in a big city, in a metro area, or in a small mountain community like we do here at the Mile High Show, you're affected in different ways, but it affected nonetheless, from everything of what you can buy at the store, or how much you can move about in your community, or what you are trying to do to keep your kids safe and occupied. Here in northern Arizona, in Yavapai County, we did not get our first case of COVID-19 until about a week and a half ago. We had one case, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. I don't even know what date it is. About a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we had one case in Sedona that was determined by the healthcare officials that it was, here I'm pulling up so I don't give out too much bad information, a person that had traveled and contacted the virus out of Las Vegas at a convention that they were recently at. We are currently at, that was about a week and a half ago, with one case, and now, as of 3/31/20, the 31st of March, we are at 24 confirmed cases in Yavapai County. So I am going to post this here because that is part of the job that I do. I am, if you don't know, my main job is as a self-employed photographer / journalist / I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I was a reporter. Here, I'm going to type this as you go. You get the inside look. Here is the latest from YCCHS. This is actually something I'm sure I could have done off microphone, but I'm an idiot, and that's no surprise to anyone who listens to this. One of the clients I have, I work for a bunch of different organizations, businesses, musicians, bands, restaurants, nightclubs. I provide basically whatever you would get from the media, video, audio, press releases, web content, photographs, of course, that's my forte. I supply that to different organizations, nonprofits, municipalities, businesses, artists, some nightclubs, some comedy clubs, across the board. If you need any sort of media or media-type services, I provide those. Which means I cover a lot of sports, I cover a lot of large events, fundraisers, things of that nature for different organizations. So now that a lot of those events, if not, well, all of those events have been canceled across the nation, across the state, and across our area here in Yavapai County, I have nothing going on, with the exception of one client, and that is the town of Chino Valley. They contract me, they have for the past 7 or so years, as their PIO, Public Information Officer. So in the midst of COVID-19, the coronavirus pandemic that is sweeping the nation, lots of things have changed for the town of Chino Valley in the way that they operate, in the way their lobbies are open, in the way that their employees interact, in the way that they interact with the public, in the way that they hold their meetings, a little bit of everything. And supplying the public with that information has become a fairly large task. So that's what I am doing, and that's what I have been doing for the last 2.5, 3 weeks or so, in addition to what I was doing for them, which was very a couple hours a week, few hours every week or so, has turned into a pretty much nonstop monitoring of situations and dispersing of information. So that means while a lot of you have been at home and sent home from jobs, which I really feel for you, I have been running like crazy, which means my son, who is home with me now because his school has closed, he has been forced to sit in cars and be with me when I'm on phone calls and when I'm running from meeting to meeting and things. So we have taken a lot of extra precautions in our household to make sure he stays safe. And as of yesterday, which was the 30th, I am actually able to, for the first time, work from home. So we will see how that goes. So what I did today was I reached out to a person who is in my similar situation, who provides services to larger organizations and larger events, Mr. Matt Hinshaw of Hinshaw Photography and the Real Film Nerds podcast. We talked with him a little bit. We talked to my son for a little bit, and I just wanted to get a podcast out there. So what I can also encourage you all to do as listeners is go out there. Many of you who listen are members of the artist and creator community, comedians, musicians, artists, writers, public speakers, performers, and your jobs have all gone away as well. So what I'm asking you to do is email me, matt@milehighshow.com. Go on my Facebook page, The Mile High Show, and link me, send me where you are performing live. Sky Conwell, I reached out to him, got his voicemail though because he's struggling trying to find work where he can. He posted last night that he's gotten a gig doing some drywall, but he's also doing nightly live performances where you can, one, see his art, hear his music, see him perform, and maybe drop $1 or $2 into his tip jar, as it will, his digital tip jar. He's providing Venmo, PayPal, Zelle account information where you can give him $1 or $2, and many of you are doing that. Not all for the tips, but also to get your art, get your music, get your whatever it is out there to the public, to raise spirits and encourage people to stay positive during this outbreak. So we ask you, please send me your links. Let me know where those are. We'll share them out through the podcast, through the social media pages we have. So I hope you enjoy this. This is me talking to Matt Hinshaw. This is me talking to my son on mic and getting a little update from how this is affecting adults and young ones alike. You'll hear how horrible of a teacher I am now that we're doing homeschool. So sit back and enjoy. Again, send me those links so that we can spread the word about what you are doing as a performer, as an artist, in the midst of this kind of shutdown. Shelter in place is what they're calling it. We're not necessarily a lockdown like they are in other big metro areas, but it's affecting everything from servers and bartenders and wait staff and of course the artists and performers out there. We feel for you, so let me know how we can help spread the word, and I hope you enjoy this episode. It's 225, episode 225 of the Mile High Show.
Break the microphone.
No, you're not going to break the microphone.
Oh. So are we recording now or what?
Yes, I am.
So you start.
Okay. I want to know, first of all, how long have you been off of school? This is like the third week because you had spring break.
Yes.
Then you had last week with no school.
Yeah.
And now this week with no school. Why? What's going on? Why aren't you in school?
Coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah. Here, talk into that mic. Get it nice and close. You can tip it down.
Thanks.
There you go. So, what do you know about the coronavirus? What is it?
It's deadly.
It's deadly. Not always. It's not always deadly.
And then how do you explain it killed 2 people?
Well, it's killed a lot more than that, but People get sick doing all kinds of things. Here, hear that? You know what that is?
What?
It's paper towels. They're like gold right now. Nobody has paper towels. I think it's pretty neat. We got paper
Uncle
towels.
Sammy has like 120 rolls.
So he's a hoarder? Is that what you're saying? Uncle Sammy in California is a hoarder? Well, we all know who's causing the problem then. It's people that are hoarding like Uncle Sammy. So
Don't give him the tape.
So Anthony, what are you how are you keeping busy since you're not in school? What are you doing?
I do homework on my computer.
Yeah, where do you get it from? Where are you getting the homework from?
Google Classroom. It's like a website that has
Don't bang on the mic.
I don't know how to explain
So
it.
your teacher sends you assignments through Google Classroom, and then what's the other one? Pearson Academy and
Pearson Realize and Khan Academy.
Khan Academy. Okay, so it's different work that you're doing, just like in school, but you do it here.
Yeah.
So what's the best part about going to school? When you get to go to school and you go to Mingus Springs Charter School in Chino Valley, what's the best part about going to school?
Oh, that's a tough one. There's two, actually.
Give me what they are. Let me guess. The first one is you get to leave me. You don't have to spend all day with me.
No.
Okay. What's the first reason?
First of all, reading and then talking with my friends.
So, well, you could read at home.
I know.
Don't we have books here? Do all the books we have at home are they just coloring books or what? Are they just picture books? Don't we have books with words in them?
Yeah.
So you could read at home. What's wrong? Oh man! But okay, your friends. You miss your friends.
Yes.
Who are your friends that you miss?
Brigham.
Don't say the last names. Don't say the last names. I think we'd get in trouble. So tell me who. Who are they?
Brigham. Braden. Gavin is one that I really miss.
Yeah. Brigham, Braden, Gavin. Who else? How about, what's her name? Riley?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's your friend too. So you got a lot of friends at school.
Yes.
And now you're stuck at home with me. What did you do during spring break? Because that was just normal time, spring break. Did you get to rest a lot or did you get dragged to meetings and stuff?
Yes.
What meetings did you get dragged? He had to go to work with me is what I'm getting at.
Census.
You got to sit in on a census meeting at the county, and you sat underneath a table playing on your Amazon tablet, on your Kindle.
Yeah, but then I had to delete it because...
Yeah, there was some bad stuff that it wasn't bad. It was just a game with some ugly stuff that you didn't want to watch. That's understandable. But you just hung out. What was the meeting like? What did you learn from the meeting?
You do not have a relaxing job.
Meetings are boring, huh? Are meetings a little boring?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a little bit boring. What about last week, which was your first week off of school from the coronavirus? What did you do last week? You just lounged around home all day? Or did you have to go to other meetings?
Other meetings.
Here, don't play with the cord. Here, listen to this, see? When you play with the cords and stuff, it makes noise.
Yeah.
And that drives people crazy.
It drives me crazy when I don't play with the cord.
So what did you have to do? Last week you had to go to meetings, but you didn't sit with people, huh? You stayed in either in the car or in Mommy's office, huh?
Yeah.
Because Mommy works for the town, too. And what did you learn about Pop's meetings with the town? Also boring?
Very.
You got talking to the mic, bud.
Extremely.
Extremely boring. But you got pizza at one of them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got pizza and a ginger ale. Okay, so...
The ginger ale was yummy.
Yeah, it was. Now, so this week, I actually get to work from home. So we haven't left too much. Don't play with the cord, man. Look at you. You'll never make it in broadcasting. So this week, we're actually working from home. You had to work with me yesterday. You're working with me right now. Now, who's your teacher at Mingus Springs?
Naomi Akins.
Miss Akins. Now, she's never going to hear this, so you can be completely honest. Who's the better teacher, me or Miss Akins?
Miss Akins.
Whoa. That's not, you weren't supposed to say that. Why? You get an F. You just flunked. Why is Mrs. Akins a better teacher?
Because she knows how to do stuff.
I know how to do stuff.
Like what? Bang your head with a brick?
I made coffee this morning. I know how to do stuff. Look, and that's another thing we got to chat about. Every morning, you wake up before me, yet when I get up, the coffee's not made. Why aren't you making coffee? You're making me make my own coffee like common folk, like a commoner. You know I'm the king of this castle, right? This is my castle. I'm supposed to wake up to freshly brewed coffee.
Kind of a small kingdom, then.
Yeah, that ain't no fun. So, okay. Why else? So she's a better teacher because she knows how to do stuff. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
What are you doing?
Stuff.
Okay, put that down. Okay, so she's a better teacher because she knows stuff. What do I know how to do?
Bang your head with a brick?
I did not bang my head with a brick. You banged my head with a pillow. You beat me up every day. This is actually not a podcast. This is just a cry for help. Somebody send help. I am being abused by a 10-year-old. He beats me up on a daily basis, and I don't appreciate it. And then he laughs in my face. Man, this is terrible. This is just terrible. So, how long? Now, we got news yesterday. You're not going to go back to school the rest of the year. So you got to crack down and log into Google Classrooms and pay attention and do your homework. That's another thing. I don't really appreciate them sending you this really hard stuff to do. You had work that I could not help you with. I'm 54 years old. I should be the smartest kid in the 4th grade. Am I the smartest kid in the 4th grade?
More like the 1st grade.
More like the 1st grade? That's not nice. That's not nice.
Either preschool or 1st grade.
All right, I'm going to have to turn your microphone off. This ain't right. This ain't right. I'm getting abused by a 10-year-old. Okay, so
that's what you said a few minutes ago.
I know. I'm still being abused by a 10-year-old. Okay, so I'm going to send a link to this to your teacher. And then she'll yell at me for being such a bad teacher on my end. What would you like to say to your classmates?
Miss you all. Hope you're safe.
Okay. How about Miss Akins?
Hope you're safe too.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck with me, huh? Do you want to tell her how bad of a teacher I am? No. I think you should be nice to me. I think you should be nice to me.
Actually,
I am controlling your grades right now, young man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just a note, Miss Akins, if Dad is really sending you a link. Dad is a horrible teacher.
I heard that. I'm not a horrible. I guess I am. I'm pretty much a horrible teacher. I think I am.
I think he gets the attention span of a 10-year-old, of a 2-year-old.
2-year-old. I think so. I think I
Hey.
do. Okay, so
Get that headphone off.
We are going to do some math this afternoon. What do we do for math? How do we learn math at our house for the Pops Academy of 4th grade? What do we? Blackjack. So we're going to be working on your mathematics by playing blackjack. We will be working on your multiplication tables, specifically the 5s, by playing dominoes. And we invented a game or a new rule for waste basket basketball. We score a lot more if we aim for the floor. We are shooting 100% by aiming for the floor. We haven't missed yet. Not once have I shot a basket and it landed on the ceiling. So I'm doing pretty good. What was PE last week? What did we do for PE last week?
I don't know.
Remember we played Madden like 10 times? All right. Say goodbye to Mingus Springs.
You're not actually sending this link to them.
I don't know. We'll see. Mommy won't let me. Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Time to get back to the salt mine, buddy. You got work to do.
What up, Matty?
Hey. Hey, can you hear me pretty good?
Yeah, here. I'll put on my headset so you can hear me better. I know where the hell I put it.
Oh, no, you sound sick.
Yeah, I got the Chrome. Yeah, right. I'm not that lucky.
So what's going on? I'm recording, by the way.
What are you recording?
A podcast.
Oh, you mean that thing that I can't get anybody to do with me or listen to? And I probably should just stop doing 100%. But at least, I have fun on the radio every Monday.
Nice. So are you going in to do that, or are you doing remotes?
No, they don't. They're not letting anybody on property, and they're keeping everybody. I think most of the people that work there are off too, except for if you have a studio, you could work out of your studio kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, so you're live right now, so keep it clean. So here, let me.
So I need to swear as much as I humanly possibly can. Are we live, like Facebook Live?
No, because that involves video, and I don't like being on video. I was thinking about doing it. I just did a little segment with Anthony, and I was waiting for him to tell everybody what a great teacher I am, and all he did was complain he wants to go back to school.
I don't blame him.
Didn't like it.
Well, are you now? The real question is are you teaching them right, or are you teaching them wrong? Are you teaching them like math and science and all those things?
Yeah,
Or are you teaching them how to fashion a car into a Mad Max vehicle with spears and shrunken heads and how to shoot and things like that?
No,
that's the right way.
No, we're doing math as soon as I'm done here, which means we're going to be playing blackjack. And
I was going to say, so how do you count higher than 20?
Well, no, because then the betting and all that, we're no limit tables. So, he's got to keep on top of things. And then our ethics class has rolled into that as well, because if he turns his head and I steal from his chips, then he knows that that's not ethical. So, it's a well-rounded education.
And he's learning ethics from you? Do you even know what that means?
Yes, he's learning the by don't let this happen to you kind of thing. So what I do is a demonstration of failed ethics, of a non-ethical action. And he's learning by my example. I think I'm a pretty good teacher. He said I'm horrible, but so he got an F in his participation and what's that other word where you get along with people?
How do you get an F in participation? I mean, like everybody gets a participation trophy today.
Not in this house.
Like everybody does.
No, he gets.
I expect to get one for staying home. Especially if I lose my job, I really want a participation trophy.
So what did you do last on Real Film Nerds at realfilmnerds.com? What is it? Where are you?
Yeah, no, you're right. Realfilmnerds.com.
I pulled it.
And I bought I own the domains of REEL, which is how I spell it, but I also bought REAL just in case anybody decides they don't know that it's a pun.
So the last one you did was on the 25th for Spencer Confidential.
Was that the last one?
Yeah, that's the last one posted.
Well, then that must be the last one.
Yeah.
I'm trying this week on the radio. I talked about Midway, and then I talked about Clue because I have not recorded it yet because Mysterious Mike Talent is so busy he can't take 30 minutes out of his day to record a podcast. But I understand. Literally not having to work and just taking care of a newborn is extremely challenging. But it must be tough when you have like 4 other people in your house helping you out. I don't know. I mean, not to say anything, but whatever. Whatever,
Man.
it's fine. It's fine. He's just busy, I guess. So, on the radio on Monday, I talked about Midway, which came out in November, which I don't recommend people to see. But then I talked about a movie that you probably have actually seen in your life, maybe.
Well, to refresh everybody, on the radio on Monday, every morning around the 8 o'clock, 8:30 time slot with Lisa LaChapelle Dandos on Lisa Live in the morning on Magic 99 in Prescott, Arizona. Great Circle, right? Great Circle Radio.
Yeah, I don't think it's Great Circle.
Yeah,
but anyways, it's Magic 99.1. Yeah. And I usually call in right after trivia, and trivia usually wraps up about 8:30, about 8:40. My segment typically goes on between 8:45 and 9 o'clock, give or take a few minutes here or there.
So that's magic991.gcmaz.com. Great Circle Media. Yeah,
and I've been trying to tell everyone that listens to the podcast that it's not located in Prescott, that you can still hear it because they are online. You just pointed out, and you can live stream online the radio station.
Which is when I get a chance to listen to you. That's how I typically do it, because I'm either out and about or stuck in an office. So I'll stream it when I can. And if I'm not mistaken, you can go back and archive, and then you typically take the interviews, the segments, and post them along with the companion podcast as well, right?
Yeah, I usually put the radio interview unedited, just however Lisa recorded it, and I tack it onto the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so what's the one that you did that you think I watched?
The film that we are supposed to review, if Mike decides to, that's a mysterious Mike Talent, decides to put his child down, or I don't know, call me on Skype or something.
Put it down. You mean like as in an injured horse or a bad dog? What I'm confused. What when you say
that might be the benefit. I mean, especially with the apocalypse. With the apocalypse going on right now, I mean, it probably wasn't the best time to have a child.
No,
but
you
again, who knows?
You fatten that kid up and you feast on it later. That's what you do with the. Oh wait, was that? Am I recording?
Yeah, I was going to say, is Anthony in the room? Because I mean, clearly you were doing a terrible job. That child is very skinny.
No, trust me. Him and Sandra are both I and me. I'm the one. I'm the I'm the barbecue at this house. Trust me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. It's because they could dine on you for at least a decade, maybe more.
We got a big freezer. It could last into his college years. Okay, so what's the movie? You still haven't said. What's the movie you think I watched?
It's Clue.
Oh, you know what? No, I've never seen it. I started watching it. It was too dumb.
Are you serious?
I couldn't take it.
How dare you?
I could not.
That is totally your kind of movie. It is a comedy whodunit.
Nah,
you would love that movie.
I couldn't. Maybe I'll give it another try. But yeah, Martin Mull, right? Isn't he in that?
See, now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, it's. I couldn't get through it.
How long did you make it in there?
I don't know, the credits. What?
Oh yeah, Martin Mull is Colonel Mustard. Tim Curry is Wadsworth.
Now
Eileen Brennan is Mrs. Peacock.
I should check it out again because when it came out is when what year was that? Late 80s?
1985. That was when you were having a wonderful time in life.
Yeah, my attention span was limited. It was very focused on a couple of specific categories, and movies was not one of them.
Well, yeah, sitting still for more than 30 seconds also probably wasn't something you did either.
I was extremely good. I was extremely good at grinding my teeth and staying awake. But yeah, no. I do probably should give it another watch because last year, I think it was last year. You know what? Everything's a blur right now. I think we're in like the 9th month of March right now. But it was either last year or possibly earlier this year the Prescott High School here in Prescott, Arizona, the high school theater troupe did Clue. And I photographed headshots and the performances for Layla Tenney, who's a friend of mine, the director over there. And that sounds like fun. I really enjoyed the play that they put on. They do an outstanding job there at the Roof Street Theater. And I remember after watching it, going, "Hey, they did an outstanding job." But it was the story and the production really held my interest. So I wanted at that time to go back and watch the film, and it's wherever it was, Netflix, Amazon, or whatever. I know I had access to it, and I just didn't get around to doing it. So I should, because, like I said, I really enjoyed what Prescott High did with the production.
Well, here's the reason why we did Clue. I picked it this week. Normally I let Mike pick, or we come to a consensus, but I said, no, Mike, we need to raise some spirits. We need to do a comedy that's easily accessible by everyone. It is currently streaming if you have Amazon Prime.
Okay, yeah, which I do. So yeah, I knew that it was somewhere too. Also at the time when we were doing that play, so I need to check it out. So I will revisit that because, like I said, I really enjoyed what Prescott High did with it, and they had some really good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's silly. It's classic '80s. It's very slapsticky. A lot of the '80s humor was like that.
Yeah.
So, racist,
Oh, right up my alley.
Yeah. I mean, it could not be made, the way they made it back then today.
Yeah.
A lot of movies are like that now.
And if I remember correctly, it was a parody and a throwback to a lot of the what did they call those? The drawing room mysteries, the Agatha Christie style, where the characters were very stereotypical and, like you said, in race and ethnicity and stuff. Yeah,
there's quite a bit of that. There's very, very much that. Yeah.
All right. So what else is going on? You've been on leave, so to speak. Is it been? When did you eventually start working from home?
Yeah, it's not really leave, and I mean, I've been quite busy, to tell you the truth. Good. Things are starting to slow down now, but I've been working from home probably, I don't know, over a week and a half now or so, something like that.
I tell you, everything's blurring together.
Everybody at work had the option to start working from home if they wanted to. Most of the agents were already taking advantage of that before the pandemic.
And just to clarify, you're not with the CIA. When you're talking agents, you're speaking of the real estate agents with the Burger
Real estate
group.
Agents, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And where is that?
We are downtown Prescott. We work under Keller Williams, but Bergamini Group.com, everythingprescott.com, welcome to Prescott.com. We own a lot of those.
Yeah.
So
Brad went crazy when it came to Prescott. I think was that going to be his retirement fund? Selling off domains? He didn't,
I don't think he ever left Prescott. He's always been here. He was born and raised in your wonderful favorite town of Paulden.
I love Paulden. I really like Paulden.
So, anywho, so our agents have been working from home, I guess, for probably a month, maybe more. Who knows? And then
I know a lot of folks. I know a lot of folks who have been working from home for like 3 years. They're not really working from home; they just never show up at work.
Oh. Well, when they get let go, will you let me know?
Yeah,
because
me too.
I keep getting, we have daily Zoom meetings, and that's one of those things that I am very afraid of that they talk about quite a bit. Yeah. Is if things keep going south, I will not be employed anymore.
Yeah, it's tough.
Which is great because I've already lost quite a bit of money because of this pandemic, thanks to my other business, Hinshaw Photography, where I mostly shoot sporting events.
Large events. I'm in that same boat. I have about 50%. Fortunately, and I'm not going to sound like I'm complaining because I'm definitely not, because there's folks in way worse situations than we are. Our household income for my wife and I and my son. It's split about down the middle. It's about 50-50. Her income and my income, which is great. And then obviously she has benefits through hers. I do not as a sole proprietor. So we're very fortunate in that. She's been swamped. She's in the IT department of a local municipality here, so they had to spend a lot of time doing exactly what you said, where people are working from home. So they were outfitting people to work from home with mobile computers and updating things and making sure they had logins and everything. So that took a while to get all their employees and staff lined up for remote working. And now that a lot of the offices are vacant because people are working from home, they are using that time, her and her boss, the two-person IT department, making sure that all the updates to the hardware and software in the offices is taken care of, which they really can't do when people are working there. So now they're able to do some of that maintenance that had been shelved for a while, setting up video conferencing that they haven't really utilized in the past, which they're doing now. And then some of the departments that are still, of course, having to operate at full bore, like the police department. To get that social distancing in line, they've taken some conference rooms and things and set up offices in there so that everybody wasn't cramped into the small area that they were all sharing before. So she's been really busy. We're recording this on the 31st of May, Tuesday, and yesterday, Monday the 30th, and today the 31st, were the first 2 days I've actually been able to work from home. So Anthony, my son, who's been off school this is week 2, week 3 if you count spring break, I've been having to take him to work with me, and he's been sitting in the car as I go into meetings and things. So it's been kind of hectic for him. But yeah, everybody else who's been under...
I hope you're cracking a window.
No, it's not been that hot. So,
good.
If I had the dog, yeah, definitely I would have cracked a window. But he's fine.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves Betty, though.
So I have been keeping busy by, like, in between meetings and when I shouldn't say this, nobody listens to this anyway. When I've been on conference calls and things like that, or in a meeting, I tend to use my phone to take notes. I use that program Evernote for all my note taking. It's just easier. I can't read my own writing, so I type it out on my phone. So while I've been in a lot of these meetings, I've been doing a lot of Facebook updates. And people just assume because I'm updating a lot that I'm stuck at home. And in reality, I have been actually busier with one of the clients I have, one of our local municipalities where I'm a contract PIO, public information officer. I have been busier for them than I have been in months and months because of this coronavirus and updates and changes to meeting hours and services offered. So on the other, like you were saying, a bulk of your income is done on your photography side, the Hinshaw photography, and it's large public events, it's sporting events, and all of those went away. So I real feel for you, but at the same time, I'm fortunate enough that one of my customers has actually really boosted what they're having me do. So other than that, I had 3 months of work just wiped out in a matter of 3 days.
Speaking of all that, and speaking of your wife in IT, I have been toying with the idea of starting kind of my own side IT business. I have purchased the domains. I purchased them well over a year ago because they just came up for renewal. I'm committed to it a little bit. I'm going to try and do at-home IT work, or, you can come and bring it to me kind of thing. Just simple stuff, Macs and PCs and all that stuff.
So
let's see how much you laughed at the domain name. I don't know if I told you it or not.
No, you have not.
But I have not purchased hosting yet, but I do have the domain. And email does work, but it's Prescott IT Man.
Prescott It Man. You're an It Man. So what is it?
Exactly. See, I'm glad you get the pun.
So what is where can folks reach out? Because that's a dynamite thing. Now, as a reminder for not only Matt Hinshaw, who's on the line with me right now, but all of you out there, if you are purchasing any equipment, like webcams flying off the shelves, use the Amazon link at milehighshow.com. Don't be a Hinshaw. Use that link so that I will not be destitute during this or any other part of the year.
Here's the thing, though. I'm trying to get the virus, so I'm going to Best Buy. I'm not using Amazon anymore.
Well, you can't get anything delivered, then. That's the problem. It's tough. So when things get back to normal, everybody should, get a hold of, in the meantime, get a hold of Matt Hinshaw at, what is it? Where can they email you for IT?
It's Prescott IT Man, but you can email me at matt@prescottitman.com if you need work. Or you can, give them my phone number. You can do that.
Go ahead. Give it out.
928-710-3255, and that is my personal phone number. If I don't pick up, it's because I'm screening phone calls, because we do get a lot of junk nowadays.
So get a hold of Matt. In the meantime, if you need to get your remote office set up, he can help you doing that. He can help you with Zoom, Skype, and every other aspect of telecommuting. And when you're in your bunker, I'm sure he can help you figure out how to boost that Wi-Fi signal that you're stealing from the neighbor or from the coffee shop that you're parked out in front of. But yeah, and then when things get back to normal, #don't be a Hinshaw, use that Mile High Show link to buy things off of Amazon so that I can. Now, you know what? Some people get on me about that. Well, hey, support small businesses. A lot of small businesses, mom and pops, use Amazon as their outlet to get you supplies. So, support small businesses, support small podcasts, and use that link. What else you doing to keep yourself busy, Matt? You now that Sparklight / Cable One has lifted their data caps, I'm betting. What are you at now? Can you check what you're at now?
Oh yeah, I'm at 700 gigs, and I pay for 300. I just turned on my streaming on my TV in my bedroom, and I just leave it on 24/7. I am making them pay for this, for the years of them charging us and creating data caps, because isn't that kind of weird how this virus happens? They're like, oh, guess what? No data caps. But before this, they always said, oh, well, we have to have data caps because it puts pressure on our infrastructure, and our infrastructure can't handle all these people downloading all this stuff at once. Well, I don't know about you, Matt, but I have not had my internet slow down or drop since this whole thing has started, and I know everyone in my neighborhood is going crazy on the internet.
We do see a little bit of
Sparklight has been lying.
We do see a little bit of a lag when we're doing like Zoom meetings and things, but that's like peak. That's like right, 2:00 in the afternoon on a Tuesday or something. We'll see some sluggishness, and on the weekends a little bit. But that's only like when we're doing live things like through Zoom or Skype or something. But as far as watching Netflix or other streaming services, Amazon, things like that, not a dip at all. Now, we have been running pretty hard as well, and we are at under 150 so far for April.
Under 150 gigs?
Yeah. We are That's still we're still way under our monthly cap. We don't do any gaming.
You're clearly not watching enough.
No, we don't do any gaming either. You do online gaming as well, don't you?
Not really. No? Most of my gaming I do by myself on my system. I really don't do much online gaming because I am a middle-aged adult.
Well, maybe after this you'll have some new friends.
Yeah, whose handful of friends are breeders, and they don't do video games much online anymore. So it's usually just me playing, alone.
Hey, give us an update on Michael, your nephew over at NAU. What's
That's an interesting one. He is a performance musician His degree is actually in secondary education, but a large majority of his classes are performance-based, and he still has to do them. He is at home, at my parents' home, because that's where he lives. He doesn't live with his mother. He still has to do his performance classes, and he is doing them almost entirely through Zoom and Google Hangouts and Skype. Depends on what the teacher prefers. Now,
is he doing any like live Facebook Live for the public kind of thing? Is he doing any live performances?
I have not heard. I know he's not personally doing anything. I have not heard anything about the school doing anything either. If he, maybe I should suggest that to him. But it's unless you're a big fan of just a solo clarinet, it might be not your thing.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. If he does, hit me up and we'll share it on the. I don't know what his profile and wall privacy things are, but if he wants to get anything out there public, let me know and we'll slap it on the Mile High Show Facebook page.
Definitely, I will talk to him about it. The one nice thing that he actually adhered my advice is his girlfriend's father is the big wig at Walmart down there. He is the general manager, whatever not regional, but whatever they call the individual tippy top guy at Walmart. His girlfriend, her dad is that person.
Cool.
And he is saying how they are hiring like mad because of the panic and the chaos. Yeah. And I told him, well, if this continues getting really bad, you need to start helping out financially. And I suggested heavily to him to go and apply for a job and get that job. And he did. He actually listened to me. And so now he is a part-time night stalker at Walmart.
Very nice.
That's great.
Good deal.
I'm glad he's finally working. Makes me feel good.
Matt, there's openings here locally as well at Walmart. Hilda Rios, friend of mine who manages the store on 69, would be happy to put you to work, I'm sure. So
I am legitimately thinking about it, especially if things go south. But the only thing we haven't discussed it yet. The only thing that I am worried about is that I am a high-risk individual. Now, I'm not taking it super serious like a lot of other people are. When I need to go to the store for food, I'm going. But my job, one thing that bothered me is I have shot a few homes recently where the people at home refused to leave. I was not happy about that. Dude, I think they were infected? No. But I don't want to take the chance because they probably would be okay, even though they're older individuals. I would not. I have, not to disclose too much, but I have a immune disorder that specifically attacks my lungs. And
respiratory.
I have lots of scar tissue and damage in my lungs from when the disease first popped up. And from when I had pneumonia. So if I get this, I probably would not be one of the people that makes it that's in their 30s.
Wow.
I would hope not, but you never know.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be cautious, but I'm not being like these people wearing masks and, gloves and all that stuff. But
who knew your previous coronal lifestyle of being a hermit would really pay off?
I know it is. That's what's funny. It's like people are like freaking out and they're like, oh man, I hate being home alone and all this stuff. Honestly, I've been alone for a very long time. I've lived by myself for a very long time. We're talking 3 or 4 years. I don't mind it. I have so much I need to do around the house that I still to this day haven't gotten to and I really need to get to. I live in a small garbage dump in Halden South.
he lives in the grown man doll house, or excuse me, action figure house.
I am just basically the real life version of Pee Wee Herman. Just say it. It's fine.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, well, I'm just sad I can't go to movie theaters anymore.
Yeah. All right. I got to go. We'll leave it at that. All right, Maddie, take care. Take care, and try and stay busy. And if anybody needs,
take care too.
If anybody needs archived photos that they would like to purchase of the Northern Arizona Suns, the Arizona Rattlers, HinshawPhotography.com. And if you need some IT work done either now or in the future, what is it again?
PrescottITman.com. I still haven't bought the hosting, but I probably should.
Email Matt at PrescottIT.
Yeah, it's Matt at PrescottITman, yeah.
All
or
right,
you can hit me up through my Hinshaw Photography. That's another one, so. All
righty. Hey, and then follow Real Film Nerds, the podcast, on Facebook at realfilmnerds.com, and check them out on Magic 99 every Monday morning with Lisa. Lisa Live. All right. Hey, Maddie, thanks. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I'm wondering when you're going to come and visit me. I miss you.
Like I said, this is the first few days I've actually been able to spend at home, so we're just hanging out here. Anthony.
Well, that's good. Go watch Clue. Anthony would probably love it as well.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
I think he would. All right.
Bye.
See ya.